Okay, making sure it's running. I'm gonna go kind of quickly. Gotta take off these while I'm doing this. So, reason being is I got 4 different types of stout. Actually, one of them is a porter, imperial porter. And so I'm gonna go through them one by one. I'm gonna do small pours. Karback Hellfighter. These are the 4 kinds it has: original, a barreled age, the horchata, and mole. Interesting. So yeah, first one's imperial porter, second one's a porter aged in a bourbon barrel. Next one has cinnamon, vanilla, some lactose, protein, aged in a barrel, and then mole is going to be chili, cinnamon, cumin, chocolate, and then it's aged in a barrel. Robust brewing with alluring aromas of chocolate, coffee that give away a rich malty sweetness, best enjoyed with hearty foods, decadent desserts, or the finest cigars ready to drink now. Fine brew will also benefit from years of going under proper conditions. So it takes a lot of care. This is years ago, so before this even made it to the bottle, it was already being made and produced, and they were just checking it and tasting it, see what happens. So I'm very excited. The bottles look like this, very simple, but they're clearly labeled. So I'm gonna go in order from the original to bourbon barreled age to the horchata to the mole. This was only $13.49. So usually one of their bombers that's the price for one of their bombers. So to have all 4, even though you're getting less, you're getting 4 different types. So it's like buying actually a little more than a bomber probably, because I think they did 22 ounces on there. So first one, Hellfighter Original. Let's see the pour on that bad boy. I'm only gonna do half. My girlfriend's gonna, so these are actually all porters, babe. You can already smell that sweet, aged, a little bit of liquor, boozy, chocolate toffee. Oh, good stuff. So the bodies are gonna be a little thinner even though they're barreled aged, just because they're porters, they're not stouts. And they could do milk stout that way, so this would be closer to like a milk stout, but it's a porter. Very boozy. Little sweet, little chocolate bitter, but it's not too, like it kicks in hard and then it just mellows out. So that's very impressive. Very good. All right. So that was just the first one. This is the one that's super aged in a bourbon barrel. So this one, what did the first one has? It's just imperial porter. It's pretty, so that's gonna be the profile that's gonna be transformed into this. So let's do this right. All right, there's a pour for this one. All right. Oh, this one has less fizz because when it sits in the barrel, it loses some of that, but it gets a lot of flavor. Oh God, this is very boozy. You can get the little funky aged in there. It's very chocolatey. Oh, wow. A lot more sweeter. A lot more vanilla-y. More vanilla, yeah. God, that is gorgeous. So anybody looking for boozy, this is gonna be your boozy 4-pack right here. They're all about 11%. Yep. 11.8. For the first 2, it's 11.8. All right. Then this is going to be 11.8, but it says the concept of horchata. So there's milk proteins. They get the proteins out of the milk. It's called lactose. And they're able to put it in the beer. And it gives it more of the texture that you would get from milk itself without having to put like real milk, because it would just spoil and be horrible. This has more cinnamon. Still boozy as hell. Whew. I'm not going cool like it's intense. I'm clearing my nostril and it's amazing, but it is definitely funk. Oh, that's beautiful. The cinnamon is gorgeous in this one. It's velvety, very, very velvety. So even though I'm getting all the tannins from the barrel, the cinnamon just is right there, and it's not like a spicy cinnamon. It's just good old cinnamon in a dessert, but this is in this porter, and that is amazing. Oh wow, that's my favorite one so far. Actually, blown away by that one. The cinnamon is perfect. All right, the last one is a concept of mole. which mole can have tons of ingredient, but it has to contain chocolate. That's what mole is. If people don't know what mole is, it's chocolate. It was created when the Aztecs were alive. The Aztec king, I forgot which one it was, but he loved chili and cocoa. And back then they didn't press the cocoa, so it was just liquidy and oily, and it was very, fragrant, a lot of fragrance, a lot of, flavor, and they would just put chili in there, and that's all he wanted. He always had a cup of it. He was always drinking it all the time. So they utilized chocolate without any concept of how it's supposed to be. So they actually made a few savory things before it became how we know it as dessert or, chocolate itself. Later on, I think it was a Dutch guy that created the press. And once they removed all the oils, that's where you get your solid chocolate, and you can play with it and melt it and temper it and all that stuff. So that's a very abbreviated stuff. Please look up and find out more. There's a little more interesting things. So all these, hands down, they're like, I'm gonna say the darkness of like 40 SRM. They're pretty dark. They're definitely dark. I don't know what that is on the glass. It's great. But yeah, they're very dark. All right, let's see what mole does. So this smells pretty similar. It seems a little lighter. It's not as intense as the other ones. I think it's because of the chili. But you definitely get all the other cinnamons and spices though. Wow. You can taste the chili, but it's not super hot. I'm a spice guy, so I can taste the chili. I cut down on my spiciness so I can actually taste it. So anyone that's afraid that it's gonna be spicy, my girlfriend doesn't like spice, did it burn? Okay, it didn't burn at all. There was one I got, and to me it wasn't that much of a burn, but to her it was intense. It's not a bad thing to just know where you're at, So I'm not gonna recommend this without you knowing firsthand, hey, it's not spicy. So it's a lot mellow. All those spices in the chili kind of like tone back the flavor, even though it's equally 11.8%. It's a lot more smoother and round. What was the other spices in it? Cinnamon, cumin. Yeah, that's what it is. Cumin tastes different in this one. But yeah, you still get the barrel, the chili, the smokiness in all of them. So any stout boozy lovers, anyone that wants to try stout boozy, this is it. Wow. And it's the cost of one bomber, but you get 4 of them, 12 ounces a pop, so you're still getting a good deal and you're getting a variety, so you're not stuck with one. If you don't like one, you can share with friends and you can trade and each get the one that they like. I'm a big stout person, and this was amazing. It's a whole journey. You can go one by one, take your time, but they are very beautifully balanced. They're not super boozy like Bourbon County from Goose Island. Those are very boozy. These are at 11, so you're gonna taste it, but it's something you can like chill with and hang out and enjoy. So if anyone likes this, hope you enjoy it. If you're a stout person, get it. If you're not a stout person, but you had some and you wanna like see where you can push your boundaries, this is a boundary pusher, because once you get into like 11%, you're basically drinking beer wine, no matter what. So other than that, like, subscribe. Hopefully this was informative and helped you make a decision to buy the Karback Hellfighter collection. And it looks like this. Right now I found it, I'm near the HEB on Riverside, and they just put it up. I got lucky because some of them, you have so many beer people that are ready to follow and they just clear everything out before you have a chance to get it. So I'm getting nervous because the more I talk about that one, they'll start finding it and start, scooping it up, and then I have to really, really find this stuff. But hopefully you enjoy this. Enjoy, be safe.